So, welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita class. Thank you for taking out your time on Monday evening and coming to attend this Gita class. We are continuing our discussion from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are in chapter 2nd, entitled The Contents of Gita Summarized. In this chapter, Krishna is explaining, he is describing various arguments, he is answering the various arguments of Arjuna, which he had posed in the first chapter. Arjun began by telling, I'm feeling compassionate for all these soldiers. Why should I become the instrument of killing them? And if I kill all of them, how will I enjoy alone? And if I kill all of them, I'll become sinful. And then destruction of family will happen. Nobody will maintain the traditions of the family. And then ultimately in the second chapter, he says, I'm completely confused, oh Krishna, I don't know what to do. That's when Arjun surrenders to Krishna. Shishyaste aham sadhimam tvam prapannam. I am your surrendered disciple. Please instruct me. Krishna begins the instructions by chastising Arjun first. You are speaking like a very learned person, but you are a fool. Ashochan anvashochastvam pragyavadamsha bhashase gatasun agatasunshya na anushocanti pandita. A learned person does not lament for the body. You are lamenting for the body. You are lamenting for that which is temporary. Because anything temporary means it will not last for long. Why should we lament for the temporary things of the world? But unfortunately, most of the times we lament for temporary things only. So Arjun here, he is representing our condition. We always lament for the temporary things and we keep on thinking, क्यों ऐसा नहीं हुआ मेरे साथ, और ऐसा क्यों हो गया, और ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, ये नहीं जाना चाहिए. This I should always have in my life. And why this has gone, why this is not there. We always hanker and lament. Shoka and moha. The more we practice spiritual life, the more we chant the names of the Lord, pray to Him, then it is described that three things go away from the life of a devotee. Yasyam vaishruyamānāyām Krishne paramapurushe bhaktir utpadyate pumsam shoka moha bhayapaha. As we chant the names of the Lord, Yasyam vaishruyamānāyām, the more we chant and hear. Chanting means hearing. Otherwise, if we are just chanting, one organ is working, other is not working. इधर switch off है, इसको भी on करना पड़ता है. But problem is, it is very difficult to switch it on because उसमें एक और अलग music already चल रहा है. Other frequency is tuned in the mind. So the more we listen, the more we hear. Yasyam vaishruyamānāyām. What to listen? About the glories of Krishna. Krishna Parama Purushe. Then bhakti will arise in the heart and three things will go away. Shoka, moha and bhaya. Fear, lamentation and illusion. So Krishna starts explaining the knowledge of the soul. Soul cannot be killed. Soul is eternal, cannot be burnt. All these kings in the front you are saying they were existing in the past. They will exist in the future also. So it is not that in future they will become one. We can never become God. We will always remain the parts of God. We will remain godly. We can become godly. And then Krishna describes, you are thinking of enjoyment. Both ways you will enjoy. Either you win or die, you will enjoy. You are thinking of sinful reaction. You work for me. The higher purpose. You will not be affected. And now in this section we are discussing, Krishna is describing the glories of this practice of Bhakti Yoga, and which is called as Buddhi Yoga. Esha te abhihita sankhya Buddhi Yoge. He tells in the 39th verse. What is this Buddhi Yoga? This Buddhi Yoga, it is a permanent account. Even a small endeavor in this path is a permanent gain. Na iha abhikrama nasha. It never gets lost. And it requires one thing to practice this. That is called as focus. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. One pointed determination is required to practice spiritual life. And now we'll continue from 42nd verse. So Krishna, he now starts talking about, in 40 and 41st verse, he talks about karma kand. He talked about bhakti yoga, and now he starts talking about karma kand. He says there are people who are attracted by immediate benefits, and they are determined, but their determination doesn't help them to give the best thing, because they don't know what is the best. They are using their determination for wrong things of the world. So these people who are attracted by material benefits, unfortunately, they don't get the permanent benefits, because material benefits are temporary. So recite this verse. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipashchitaha vedavarata partha nanyat asti tivadinaha कामात्माना स्वर्गपरा जन्म कर्मा फलप्रदां क्रिया विशेष बहुलां भोगैश्वर्य गतिं प्रति. So this verse says avipashchitah. Okay, somebody please read the translation.
Men of small knowledge are very much attached to the flowery words of the Vedas, which recommend various putative activities for elevation to the heavenly planets, resultant good work, power, and so forth. Being desirous of sense gratification and opulent life, they say that there is nothing more than this.
Yes. So those who are avipashchitah means those who are not intelligent, men of small knowledge. Those who are avipashchita. Vipashchita means very intelligent. Avipashchita, not intelligent. You know what they say? Pravadanti, you know what they say? They say that they are very much attracted. Yam imam pushpitam vacham. Pushpitam vacham means the flowery words. Flowery words means बहुत अच्छा लगता है सुनने में. It's a flattery, you know. The flowery words of the Vedas, pushpitam vacham. These men are of small knowledge. They like these words very much. They are very much attracted. And therefore, what they say, na anyad asti iti. Apart from this, there is nothing more. All those people who are Ved Vada Rata. Ved Vada Rata means they are supposed followers of the Vedas. मतलब वो नाम के लिए वेदों को मानते हैं. They say that they are following Vedas, but they don't understand the real purpose of Vedas. They are attached to the enjoyment of this world. They want sense gratification. They want opulence. They want all the wealth. And Kam Atma. Their Atma is for Kam only. Atma is for Kam means their existence is for enjoyment, material things. Just enjoy materially. Kam Atma na Swargapara. And what they recommend? Go to heavenly planets and enjoy. Sometimes they'll do great tapasya here. Kriya Vishesh Bahulam. Kriya Vishesh means you will see some of the people, they'll do many yagyas, many dan, punya, tapasya. They say Navaratri, there are some people who don't wear slippers also. Fasting also. But purpose is what? Purpose is not to attain spiritual life. Purpose is to get more material benefits. That is what Krishna is saying. Their Atma is for Kam. Kam Atma. And they recommend go to heavenly planets, Swargapara. And what Swargapara means? Janma Karma Phala. All the sacrifices, they'll give good birth, they'll give high powers, and therefore they are only surrendered to Bhog and Aishwarya. Enjoy, live life king size. That is their whole agenda. मजा करो. The purpose of life is to enjoy. ये आप लोग इस्कॉन वाले ऐसे ही बोलते हैं, मजा मत करो, मजा मत करो. The entire world is after Dhanam Janam Sundari Kavita. And in ISKCON हम लोग आते हैं तो क्या सुनते हैं? न धनम, न जनम, न कविताम्वा, न सुंदरी, न kavita. And Mahaprabhu has very nicely put na in front of every word. Because Mahaprabhu knows कलयुगा के लोग कैसे रहेंगे. ठीक है, ना धनम जनम सुंदरी बोलेंगे तो ठीक है, मतलब ना धनम बोला है, जन्म सुंदरी कविता चलेगी. न धनम न जनम न सुंदरीम कविताम्बा. So the entire spiritual life, it is to make us understand that the purpose of all this material enjoyment is to ultimately get detached from it. Actually, the Vedas and scriptures, they don't recommend so much of material enjoyment. That is what Krishna is saying here. Those who are avipashchita, जो जिनकी बुद्धि कम होती है, those are not intelligent. They speak about all these things. So previously, Krishna told Arjun, why are you lamenting? If you die, you will go to heaven and enjoy. तो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं? इस स्वर्ग में जाने वाले लोग जो हैं, they are not so intelligent. So in one way, Krishna is contradicting himself. कुछ लोग पहले क्या बोले? Go to heaven and enjoy. And what is he saying? Don't think about all these things. They are flowery words. Pushpita vacha. Pushpita means flowery. The words which are, they look very attractive. But only avipashchita are attracted. Avipashchita means those who don't have discrimination power. And these people are Vedavadarata. They study the Vedas. But their purpose of studying the Vedas is to find out sections by which you can enjoy better in this world. Because the purpose of life is to enjoy. And for that, they'll do big tapasya, kriya vishesha. They'll do big sacrifices. They'll do lots of rituals, karma kanda rituals. But the ultimate understanding is Kam Atma, for Bhog and Aishwarya. So Vedas, actually, they give knowledge at different levels. There are various types of Shastras. Some are dealing with the lower parts of the body, Kama Shastra. Some are dealing with the middle part of the body, Artha Shastra. Some are dealing with the upper part of the body, Dharma Shastra. But unfortunately, all these are under the modes only. Either Dharma Shastra or Artha Shastra or Kama Shastra. Therefore, after some verses, Krishna will say, Arjun, go beyond the Vedas. Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjun, go beyond all these Vedic rituals. Don't worry about ये करने से ये मिलता है, ये करने से ये मिलता है. He says in the 45th verse, go beyond. Traigunya, all the Vedas, they deal with three modes. Either Sattva or Rajo or Tamogun. Enjoyment in Sattvagun or in Rajogun or Tamogun. But Nistraigunya, go beyond the modes of nature, become transcendental. And that happens by taking to Bhakti process. The process of Bhakti Yoga takes one beyond the three modes of nature. That's where Bhakti begins. Srimad Bhagavatam begins by Dharma Projita Kaitavatra Parama. It rejects all types of cheating religion. Cheating religion means any religion which does not give you the highest. That is cheating, right? Cheating religion should give one the highest. But that religion which does not give the highest is cheating religion. That is all the religions of this world. Dharma, Artha, Kama. So these religionists, these people who study the Vedas, they are so very absorbed in the enjoyment of this world. You know. Please take our 9th chapter, 20th verse. Krishna speaks something more about that. These people who are interested in enjoyment of this world, you know what they do? They will do big yajna. But the purpose is what? Swarga jana hai. Traividyavama soma paputa papa yagyai ishtva swargatim prarthayante. Yagyai ishtva. They'll do yajna for what? Swaragati. They want swarga. But what is the use? Te punyam asadya surendra lokam ashnanti divyan divideva bhogan. They go there, they enjoy a lot. वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा enjoyment है. You know, in heaven, there is too much of sense gratification available. If in this world, if somebody likes rasgulla or gulab jamun, how much we can eat? कितना खा सकते हैं? 10. उसके बाद और एक बोलेंगे और 10 खाओ, खा पाओगे? सोचूंगा. और उसके बाद और 10 हो गया, भागेंगे. You know, our enjoyment in this world is limited. Their enjoyment is too much. The body is made for enjoyment there. तो भोग के लिए शरीर दिया है, मजा करने के लिए दिया है स्वर्ग का शरीर. But unfortunately, in Swarga, the problem is everything is good, but the Devtas, they offer a prayer. They say, "Oh my Lord, there is too much of happiness and enjoyment here. That's why we can't remember your lotus feet. भक्ति नहीं कर सकते. किम दुष्करैर्ना कृतुभि तपोव्रतैर्दानादिभिर्वा द्विजयेन फल्गुना न यत्र नारायण पाद पंकज स्मृति प्रमुष्टातिशैन्द्रिय उत्सवात्." We did intense tapasya, dushkar, tap, dan, punya, sab karke we have come to heaven. Everything is good here. The problem is na yatra narayana pada pankaja smriti. It is very difficult to remember Krishna there. Why? Atishaya indriya utsav. There is festival of senses going on there to the fullest. तो कहाँ आएगी भगवान की याद? So all these people who do intense tapasya here, kriya vishesh means they do intense rituals, big yajna. They'll do fasting also. Yes, like some politicians also do fasting. Amarananchan. They create some hype. सब लोग आके फोटो निकालते हैं न्यूज़पेपर में, रिपोर्ट छपता है, and then after some time चलो हो गया खत्म. The purpose is something material. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. But the problem is next verse Krishna speaks something. 9.21 Krishna speaks. We'll recite this. Tetam bhuktva sargalokam vishalam Shine punye martilokam vishanti Evam trayi dharma mano prapanna Gata gatam kama kama labhante. So these people, they go to Swarga Loka, but the end result is Shine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. After the Punya account is exhausted, you can't stay there. It is a one-way visa. You have to go and come. One way. It is, when the visa is over, you have to come back. You can't stay forever. वहाँ पे green card नहीं मिलता है. You have to come back. After your money is over, after your account is over, Shine Punye Maratya Lokam Vishanti. Prabhupada writes, people in general are not very intelligent, and due to their ignorance, they are most attached to fruitive activities which are recommended in the Vedas. So Vedas recommends all this. Go do tapasya, do yajna, go to heaven, enjoy there. So many sacrifices are mentioned. Prabhupada mentions some of them. Due to the faith they have developed in scripture, due to seeing its material promises come true, they will turn to scripture for something higher. But the purpose is what, Why Vedas give all this? It's an immediate enjoyment. Ye karo, swarg mein jao, you enjoy. You do this, you will enjoy here also. Their faith will increase in scriptures. I did this and I got the result. And when the scriptures they tell something more, higher, they'll put faith in that also. Okay, I got material things. Now the scripture is telling, please worship Krishna. That will give you better happiness. So that faith which he has developed, he will put that faith in doing bhakti towards the Lord. Now he is not at all ready to do bhakti. अभी वो यहाँ पे नहीं जा सकता है. So scriptures, Vedas, they gradually take a person to this level. Directly if you give him this level, he will not stay at that level. One time Narad Muni, he went to Govardhan and he saw so many people doing Govardhan Parikrama. And he thought, wow, these are such great devotees doing Govardhan Parikrama. And he went to Lord Narayan. He said, oh Lord, so many people are doing Govardhan Parikrama. You should bring all of them back to Vaikuntha. So Lord Narayan said, okay, I can do that. But can you please go and ask them if they want to come? So Narad Muni goes back. And he keeps asking everyone, why are you doing Govardhan Parikrama? I want to get my son married. I want promotion. I want this, all the material things. And Narad Muni is telling, I can take you to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha nahi jana hai. Mera itna sara baki hai ka. He became so sad. Ultimately, one person, he said, I'll come with you. So Narad Muni said, was relieved. Chalo, ek to mila jo jisko Vaikuntha jana hai. So as Narad Muni was about to take him, he said, एक minute, question hai. By the way, when are we coming back? So Narad Muni said, this is a one-way journey. So then he said, then I am not coming. I have to take care of my job, my family. So that's how, this is so very rare. If somebody says, chalo Vaikuntha jayenge. If Lord comes and says, chalo Vaikuntha, chalo Golok jayenge. How many of us are ready? बोल रहे हैं. Srila Prabhupada would say, bhajan karo, sadhana karo, marte janle habe. Means, whatever bhajan, whatever sadhan we do, it will be tested at the time of death. तब पता चलेगा. अभी तो हमको मालूम है आने वाले हैं नहीं, तो हाथ उठा देते हैं, उसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है. But it is not so easy. If we have to go in this self-same body to spiritual world, will we be ready for it? Can we handle that opulence in this material body? We'll die of envy. We'll die of lust or greed. इतना सारा wealth है, चिंतामणि is everywhere. थोड़ा ले लेता हूँ मैं. So in spiritual world, it is free of all the contaminations. None of the devotees, none of the gopis tell Krishna, Krishna. रात को 12 बजे आपको फ्लूट क्यों बजाना है? दिन में बजा लेते. रात में नींद डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हैं मेरा. And when Nauka Vihar Leela is going on, it is not that some of the gopis snoring at the back. आप लोग करो लीला. It's a selfless place. So we cannot take one to a higher level immediately. So Vedas, they gradually take one to the higher level. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't believe in all these Vedic rituals. That's why he has come to give the highest to those people who don't even know what is the highest. He is distributing Chintamani to everyone, and people are thinking, क्या है, भारी लग रहा है, फेंक दो क्या? That's the problem. He's giving diamonds. The holy name, it is like a diamond. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityamukto Abhinnatvat Nama Namino. The names of the Lord, they are not different than the Lord. They are Chintamani. They can give highest, treasure. But we need to have that faith. Otherwise we'll question, पता नहीं क्या बोल रहे हैं, सच में देंगे कि नहीं. Just like one time there was a person, he was a devotee of Lord Shiva, and he did tapasya, and Lord Shiva was pleased. And Lord Shiva said, there is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, Sanatan Goswami. He's staying in Braja. So this devotee was doing tapasya in Braja, Vrindavan. So Lord Shiva said, you please go and ask him, he has a Chintamani with him. And you take that Chintamani. Chintamani means you can convert any metal to iron, to gold. So he went, and Sanatana Goswami was doing his bhajan absorbed. He said, Maharaj, Lord Shiva has sent me to you. Do you have that Chintamani? He said, yes. Can you please give me? That is lying in that garbage bin. Take. So he was so very happy. He went and he searched and he found Chintamani. He touched metal, became gold. Wow, kaam karta hai. He went back. Can I take this? He said, yes, please take. As he was taking this Chintamani, he had a question. This is real Chintamani. Why it is lying in a garbage bin? That means he has something better than Chintamani. So he went to Sanatana Goswami again and he said, Maharaj, I think you have something better than Chintamani. Can you please give me that? Sanatana Goswami said, yes, I have. I can give you. But for that, you have to throw this Chintamani in Kusum Sarovar. Now, how many of us can do that? हाथ में आपके चिंतामणि है और एक साधु महाराज बोल रहे हैं इसको फेंको, इससे बेटर मिलेगा. How many of us have that faith? फेंक देंगे और फिर इससे बेटर मिलेगा. So this person had that faith. He had that faith in Sanatana Goswami. He threw that and he came back. And then Sanatana Goswami said, please come near. And he said, now I am going to give you the most wonderful and rare treasure which is available in the entire universe. Please chant with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. कितने लोगों को लगा अच्छा वो नहीं फेंका? ये तो हमको पहले ही मालूम था, कुछ काम तो हो नहीं रहा इससे. So that is the faith a devotee has. That is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. He has given the highest. So our whole process of practicing spiritual life, bhakti life, is to make us understand what we have received. Otherwise, it is not so easy to take one immediately to the highest level. But Mahaprabhu has done that. Hena prema Sri Chaitanya dila jatha tatha jagai madhai paryanta ner ka katha. Mahaprabhu gave that love of God to everyone up to Jagai Madhai. What to speak of anyone else? Jagai Madhai were most sinful people. They were so sinful that Chitragupta had tough time maintaining the records of Jagai Madhai. They were doing so many sinful activities every day. Mahaprabhu made them purified souls. So therefore, it is so very important to understand that what Vedas don't give so easily, we are getting a chance to practice those principles without any extra endeavor. So therefore, all these rituals are given so that gradually these people will develop faith in scriptures and then they'll get something higher. And slowly higher to more higher, and then ultimately to the highest reality. Prabhupada writes, as the fools are attached to the flowers of the poisonous trees, without knowing the results of such attraction, unenlightened men are similarly attracted to the heavenly opulence. What is the problem with heavenly opulence? What is the problem with being obsessed with material things? क्या problem है? थोड़ा मिलेगा तो अच्छा है ना? Generally, why people work in this world? Why we are so obsessed to get material things? I want all the pleasure, all the material things, all the luxury. Why? Generally, why people want? Better life, better avenues for enjoyment, more pleasure, more satisfaction. Immediately. अभी चाहिए, बाद में नहीं. आप तो हमेशा बोलते हैं chant Hare Krishna and you will become happy. I want to become happy now. अभी तो happy क्या? अभी तो happy नहीं लग रहा है मेरे को chanting. It is the most miserable thing. Especially रात के 10 बज गए और 10 माला बची है तो और भी miserable लगता है. You know what's the secret of satisfaction? People think wealth will give satisfaction. Can wealth give satisfaction? If the wealth gives satisfaction, then the billionaires should be the happiest and satisfied people. They are the most unsatisfied. They are the most miserable sometimes. We have heard the story of 99 Club. तो 99 Club चलता रहता है वो, भागते रहते हैं to get what they don't have. Bhagavatam describes whatever you do with money, it brings 4 things. अर्थस्य साधने सिद्धे उत्कर्षे रक्षणे व्यये नाशोपभोग आयासस्त्रासश्चिंता भ्रमो नृणाम्. अर्थस्य साधना, want to acquire it. Siddha, increase it. Utkarsha, increase it. Rakshana, protect it. Vyay, spend it. Nasha, destroy it. Upabhoga, enjoy it. 4 things will come. Ayasas, ayash means great labor. त्रास तो समझिए, चिंता and भ्रम. These 4 things will come for sure whatever you do with money. One of these 4 will come for sure. Either labor or illusion or anxiety or ayashas, tras or pain. One of these 4 will come for sure. If you enjoy the wealth, what happens? What comes in out of these 4? When you are enjoying. 4 में से क्या आता है? That creates illusion. I am so happy. I have so much wealth. I am enjoying. That is an illusion because next is, as soon as you get pleasure, the next side of the coin is pain has come. Pain will come for sure. Please take out 5th chapter, 22nd verse. Krishna very emphatically says, anything you try to do in this world to get happiness, it will bring pain for sure. If not now, after some time. Yehi samsparshja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kaunteya nate shuramate buddha. All the happiness of this world, sansparshja, when the senses, they come in touch with sense objects, what takes birth? Not happiness. He says misery takes birth. भगवान ऐसा कैसे बोल सकते हैं? हम तो मजा लेते हैं. Maybe he is not able to enjoy, that's why he is telling like this. No. He is far-sighted. He knows what will come in due course. Therefore, all the happiness of this world is Adi Antavanta. It has a beginning and it has an end. शुरू होता है, खत्म होगा ही. And they lived happily ever after कभी नहीं होता है. पहले वो मूवीज के एंड में दिखाते थे, आजकल दिखाते हैं क्या? वो लोग भी समझ गए कि नहीं होता है. Na teshu ramate buddha. Intelligent people do not indulge in these things. So wealth cannot give satisfaction. Power cannot give satisfaction. Hiranyakashipu is the greatest example of a person who is all powerful in this universe. He became just less than Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. Apart from these three, everybody was under the control of Hiranyakashipu. All the Devatas would tremble in fear. Just he would raise his eyebrows and Devatas would tremble. If we raise eyebrows, what happens? Nobody trembles. ऊपर से गाली पड़ता है, किसको आंख दिखा रहे? So Devatas would tremble. Anything he wanted, he would get it. Best of the wealth, women, liquor, सब कुछ. Whatever a person wants in this world, everything he would get. Was he happy? Was he satisfied? No. Sayittham nirjit kako bekarat vishayan priyan yathopajosham bhunjano na tripyat ajitendriya. He was not satisfied, tript nahi the, because ajitendriya. The secret of satisfaction is controlled senses. Indriya should be under our control. That's why Srila Prabhupada, he would repeatedly say, we have to become Goswami. Now we are Godas. We are servants of the senses. We are walking by and some fragrance comes. Pav Bhaji, नया शॉप खुला है, चलो खा के आएंगे. And then we are going, नया मूवी निकला है, आइज से देख लो, मजा आएगा. Some music is going on, oh please hear it. So we are controlled by our senses. Go das. Go means senses, das means servant. The journey of spiritual life is the journey from Godas to Goswami. Goswami नहीं है, अभी Godas हैं हम लोग. Controlled by the senses. That's why in the further verses Krishna will say, start controlling your senses. That's the beginning of spiritual practice. Don't allow your senses to control you. Control the senses. Because nothing of this world can give satisfaction. The Vedas, when they are saying enjoy, oh, that will not give happiness. Sense gratification, it never gives happiness. It has a beginning and it has an end. All the happiness of this world is like a mirage in the desert. दूर से अच्छा लगता है देखने में. ओ इधर जाएंगे तो I'll be happy. इधर जाएंगे तो I'll be happy. बस थोड़ा और, and then I will enjoy. The school student thinks एक बार कॉलेज में जाएंगे, वाह मजा आएगा, टेंशन नहीं. Any dress I can wear, no school uniform, no tension of the parents. और कॉलेज वाले को क्या लगता है, एक बार डिग्री मिल गई, then तो लाइफ फन, लाइफ इज फनीपन, और क्या मजा ही मजा है. और डिग्री के बाद एक बार नौकरी मिल जाए, then life is all wonderful. और नौकरी के बाद हाँ. So that's how, we always live in the future tense. Kutra shisha shruti sukha mrigatrishni rupa. It is all mrigatrishna. It is mirage in the desert. दूर से देख रहे हैं पानी है, मजा आएगा, पिएंगे. Nothing of this world helps. Neither wealth, nor power, nor sense gratification, nor relationships. The relationships of this world, they increase our desires. And because of those desires to enjoy, one keeps thinking, wow, maja aega. So that's why Krishna describes all the things which are mentioned in the Vedas. They are not so good, O Arjun. Please do not focus on these things. And you know what happens? When people are not focused, people are not resolute, people are absorbed in enjoyment of the things of the world, they cannot become focused. We want focused life. We want to be, focused on whatever we want to achieve. For that, we have to avoid enjoyment of the things of the world. That is obvious, you know. A student who knows कल एग्जाम है और आईपीएल मैच चल रहा है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान, और फाइनल मैच है, वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल मैच है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान, और कल मेरा एग्जाम भी है, तो क्या करेंगे? छोड़ देंगे पढ़ाई छोड़ देंगे. So he knows कि भाई अभी I'll have to give up this. I have to give up enjoyment so that I can focus. If I'll not give up enjoyment, I will not be able to focus on my studies. So that is what Krishna says in the next verse. The more people enjoy, the more they become distracted. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya aparita chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. Translation please somebody. 44th.
The Vedas deal mainly with the subject of three modes of material nature.
44.
In the minds of those who are too attached to the sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place.
Yes. Bhog Aishwarya Prasakta. Sakta, attached. Prasakta, completely attached. Those who are attached to the Bhog and Aishwarya, the sense enjoyment and the material opulence. Those who are attracted. You know, some people are too very attracted by the glamour of this world. A new car passes by and they stop and keep looking at the car. मेरे पास होता तो कितना अच्छा होता. They get lost, absorbed in sense gratification and enjoyment. The more they are attracted to the things of the world, the more they are attracted to the opulence of the world. What happens? Taya apaharit chetasam. Chetasa means consciousness. You know what happens to the consciousness? Apaharit. Apaharit means apaharan kar leti hai. They get, the consciousness of such people are kidnapped, abducted by enjoyment of this world and material opulence. And if the consciousness is abducted, then what will happen? Vivasayatmika buddhi. One pointed determination never arises in their heart. You know, sometimes we feel, I want to practice bhakti with determination, but somehow I am not able to do it. Sometimes I feel, sometimes I don't feel. We have to find out amongst these, what are we doing? Are we attached to some of the things of the world or the glamour of the world, or are we seeing something which is not supposed to be seen by a spiritual practitioner? The more we indulge our mind in all these things, Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. We will keep on coming every week for Bhagavad Gita classes, but even after 10 years, अभी तक वहीं पे है प्रभु जी. मैं स्टडी डिवोशनल सर्विस कर रहा हूँ. कैसे? वो 10 साल पहले जहाँ था अभी भी उधर ही. Prabhupada tells a story of a marriage party. They had to cross the river. So they went and told the boatman that you please take us across this river. He said, yes, all of you please sleep nicely tonight. And tomorrow morning you'll be there. I'll row all night. So whole night he is really working hard, rowing the boat. And all of them went to sleep, and next morning they got up and they were at the same place. How? Huh? He forgot to remove the anchor. He kept rowing whole night. Forgot to remove the anchor. That is the situation of many of us many times. इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूँ मैं प्रभु जी मालूम है. I am chanting also. भगवद गीता क्लास में आ रहा हूँ. उससे बड़ा तपस्या कुछ होगा. So many things I am doing, but still It seems I am at the same place. Chanting में मन नहीं लग रहा है. I'm not feeling like increasing my commitment towards chanting. Something is happening. Bhog Aishwarya Prasakta. Either we are not saying no to these things, or we are saying yes to some other things. Something is happening. कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो रहा है. Either we are not so absorbed in our spiritual practices, or we are little bit attracted towards the material things also. So that's how it is so very important, because our resolutions are not always strong. Can anyone give any example where you made some resolution and some temptation came and fell down? अभी resolution बनाया था. Yes, any occasions? कितने सारे occasions है, क्या बताएं? So many temptations, they keep coming. One time, I told this earlier also. I made a resolution कि भाई कार्तिक में, नहीं, चतुर्मास में I will not take sweets. So the day Chaturmas started, one devotee comes and says, प्रभु जी आपके लिए एकदम फर्स्ट क्लास स्वीट बना के लाए हैं. मैं बोला कल नहीं ला सकते थे. प्रभु जी कल से बनाया हुआ था, भूल गए लाना. So our resolution, our commitment is tested. So it is so very important. To the extent we are focused on the purpose, we will be resolute in our determinations. Otherwise, people think मजाक कर रहा है थोड़ा. At least I'll get some temporary relief. But temporary relief is not release. छोड़ेंगे नहीं आपको लोग. The more we indulge in sense gratification, it is like putting fuel in the fire. आग में घी डालो, बुझेगी आग. Some people say, इतनी आग में इतनी घी डालो कि आग बुझनी चाहिए. It happens, sometimes आग में ज्यादा घी डाल दिया तो बुझ जाती है. That's their philosophy. इतना घी डालना चाहिए कि बुझ ही जाए आग. संभोग से समाधि बोलते हैं वो लोग. Doesn't happen. Because this fire is not a small fire. छोटी आग रहेगी तो बुझेगी ना. It is a blazing inferno. Kamanalam. It is a blazing inferno. How much amount of fuel you put in this? सब भस्म हो जाता है. सब जला देती है. It is like an itch. The more you scratch, when you start scratching the itch, कितना शांति मिलता है ना. और itching, then after some time it becomes more and more powerful. So what you have to do is just tolerate that itch. But that tolerance is not so easy. Our whole mind is focused on that itch only. How not to scratch. But सब कुछ मन बोलता है एक बार बस जीवन शांत हो जाएगा. एक बार. Never happens. So therefore, all the bhog and aishwarya, they are so very deadly. The more we indulge, the more the desire becomes stronger. So the easiest way, as Chaitanya Charaprabhu says, the easiest way to do sense control is to avoid places which require sense control. समझा? नहीं समझा? आपको मालूम है ये गली में वो पाव भाजी वाला दुकान है. ऐसा पाव भाजी कांदा डाल के बनाता है वो. और पहले मुझे कितना अच्छा लगता था. So never ever test yourself. कितना कंट्रोल्ड हो गए हम. जाके देखते हैं ना. ये गली से मत जाइए ना. बहुत सारी गलियां हैं. The best way to do sense control is avoid places which require sense control. So therefore we have to be very very careful, because the more we indulge, the more the mind gets that taste, it becomes more and more powerful. It's just like a person who kidnaps and he asks for the ransom. He kidnaps a small boy and he asks ransom from the father. And when the father gives the ransom, he doesn't leave that child because he gets the taste. He says, "Aur thoda do, aur thoda do." So that's what our senses also do. They demand, they keep demanding. And sometimes they demand too loudly. So therefore, it is said that there are three ways to resist the temptations of the senses. First, starve them. Anyone knows how the lion is tamed? The lion is put in a cage. And then, day 1, no food. Day 2, no food. 3, 4, no food. And he's roaring loudly. Day 5, 4-5 दिन से खाने को नहीं मिला उसको, थोड़ा कम बोलता है, little less louder. 6th, 7th day, he sits in one corner and keeps growling. Still he's very angry. 10th day, 11th day, no strength at all. बेचारा ऐसा बैठ जाता है. Still angry, but can't do anything. At that time, the ringmaster enters the cage with a piece of meat in his hand. And somehow this lion is getting up to eat that, and he has a rein, chabuk, and he slashes that on the ground. And बेचारा डर जाता है वो, शक्ति नहीं. And then this ringmaster shows him the ring. He says, "Jump." And then the lion knows, अभी जिंदा रहना है तो मानना पड़ेगा. So the most powerful animal of the jungle is tamed. How? Starve. Our mind, our senses are also like that. Very voracious, powerful. As soon as you say, नहीं खाएंगे. मतलब, how many of this experience? जिस दिन फास्टिंग का दिन होता है ना, उस दिन ज़्यादा भूख लगती है. होता है? उस दिन तो मन बोलता है, आज कैसे नहीं खाना खाना है भाई, आज तो सुबह से मुझे भूख लगी हुई है. So mind starts shouting कि आज तो whole day you will not give me anything. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? तो mental hunger increases more. Physically we may not be hungry so much, but mental hunger is more. Shouting. कोई बात नहीं, सुन लो उसकी shouting. Don't have to do anything, just listen. मन क्या बोल रहा है, थोड़ी देर में शांत होता है वो. Starve. And then not just starving will be sufficient. We have to supplement also. Give something positive. Don't give negative things to the mind. Mind and the senses desire all the wrong things of the world. Give them some positive things. They can't be hungry. They have to be given something good to eat. Good way to enjoy. Supplement. And then stay away. Stay away from those environments which are tempting. Stay away from those friends who are not interested in spiritual practices. Stay away from situations. Stay away from places. So that's how slowly the mind gets controlled. Slowly the senses come under the control. Unfortunately, people of this world, they hanker for short-term pleasure. Abhi chahiye. I want to enjoy now. Krishna describes in 17th chapter the happiness in 3 modes. What is happiness in the mode of goodness? Yattadagre visham iva pariname amritopamam. In the beginning it is poison, and in the end it is nectar. Any examples for such happiness? Poison in the beginning, अच्छा नहीं लगता है. Nectar in the end. Medicines, studies, thank you. और exercise, अच्छा नहीं लगता है. हाँ जी. Self growth. और वेट टर्म है वो. उसको कैसे अप्लाई किया, what exactly comes. So all of us have experience, we don't like to do all these things, and one of this is chanting. कितने को how many of us, while at the end of the day, कब सुबह होगी, कब मैं हाथ में माला उठाऊंगा, कब चैंटिंग करेंगे, होता है ऐसा expectation to chant? No, but still we chant because I know the purpose. That is happiness in the mode of goodness. Happiness in the mode of passion. विषयेन्द्रिय संयोगाद् यत्तदग्रे अमृतोपमं परिणामे विषम इव तत्सुखं राजसंस्कृतम्. In the beginning it is happiness, and in the end it is poison, painful. Any examples? Procrastination. सो जा यार, आराम से सो जाओ, आज करे सो कल कर, कल करे सो परसों, इतनी वीक है, जल्दी है, जब जीना है परसों आराम से करेंगे प्रभु जी. और how many of you have this experience, रात में आपने एकदम स्पाइसी वाला कुछ खाया, ऐसा लोग ऐसा ऐसा करके खाते भी हैं, मतलब मजा आ रहा है प्रभु जी, तीखा तीखा वाला मजा आता है ना, आँख से पानी आता है खाते खाते, फिर भी मजा आता है. नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग फिर सजा मिलती, फिर सोचते हैं क्यों खाया, नहीं खाना चाहिए था, गड़बड़ हो गई. That is happiness in the mode of passion. And happiness in the mode of ignorance, शुरू में भी painful, end is also painful. That's all the intoxications. So therefore, if we want to be focused and advanced in spiritual practices, learn to come to the mode of goodness. That makes our resolutions strong. Then we'll be able to control our temptations. Otherwise, we are most of the times focused on the immediate benefits. There are two terms, Shreyas and Preyas. Shreyas means immediate, long-term benefit, Shreyas. Preyas means immediate benefit. अभी चाहिए, बाद की बात में कौन देखता है? It's like small children. टीवी देखना है, मेरा फेवरेट सीरियल आ रहा है, और बोलेंगे मत देख बेटा, कितना बुरा लगता है. नहीं यार, सब लोग देखते हैं, मुझे ही मना कर रहे हैं पापा. Immediate benefit, prayers. So we have to understand, learn to see the long-term goals. That will help us conquer our temptations. That is very important. The more we train ourselves, the more we'll be able to remain focused in our life. And the more we'll be able to practice spiritual life properly, chant properly. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll continue next time. Anybody has any questions?